Record, and we're going to get started. And our Qigong practice, this is going to be a standing practice. However, at the end of our practice, we are going to have a meditation where one could lie down if that feels good, or find a seat. But for the time being, take note of how you're feeling. Move around a little, kind of shift from one foot to the other. You can move your wrists, your fingers. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. The goal in Qigong is to move our life energy, to move our energy around. And it's the same goal in a yoga practice, it's the same goal in a Tai Chi practice as well. It's the same goal in Reiki, to encourage the flow of energy. What our practice helps us to do is to come into the present moment. Rock from the ball of your foot to your heel. You might close your eyes, you might soften your eyes in order to connect a little bit more with how the bottom of each foot feels. You can lift your toes and then return them to the earth. Maybe you shift your weight from side to side. And then find each foot planted as evenly as possible, and find a sort of a plumb line for your body so that your weight feels evenly distributed across each foot. And bring your hands to rest on your dantian. It's this area about 3 finger widths below your belly button. And it's 3 finger widths inside of your body. It's considered our center of gravity, our center of energy. So you're pressing into the bottoms of your feet, connecting with the earth. Your hands are resting on your center of gravity, on your dantian. That further encourages that connection. And your spine is long. The crown of your head extends towards the heaven. So you're rooted in the earth, reaching towards the heavens. Notice your breath. Let your jaw relax. Notice the way you feel. You feel tired, or maybe you've had some coffee and you feel kind of energized or fidgety. Notice there's no judgment, there's no right or wrong, only observation. Notice the gentle pressure of your hands against your body. Allow your shoulders to soften and relax. Notice the sounds around you. The sound of my voice, household sounds, sounds outside. And take a deep breath in and let it go. And give yourself a smile. Loving yourself unconditionally. Kind of bring Your hands down and kind of shift to one leg and kind of lift your hands and lift one foot. And then bring that foot and the hands back down, shifting to the other side. Nice and slow. Working with your balance. With that kind of center of gravity making its way from one side to the other. Allowing yourself to breathe and to notice as you shift. Be in your experience. And we'll come back to center. Now we're going to shake things out and get a little more vigorous to get our chi flowing. Bring your hands out in front of you and close and open your hands. And look at the spaces between your fingers. You can shift around however you like as we move also. Since this practice is a standing practice primarily, be willing to shift and just notice when you do. It's about being more aware of the way that we move, of our habits. We become sort of this neutral observer of ourselves. Like, oh, I see that Laura is doing this now. I see that Laura's beginning to shift. Laura is hungry. This hand moves a little easier than the other one. Move your wrists around. Make some circles with your wrists. You can let your fingers extend as you do. It can feel very nice. And over the course of our practice, we'll talk about the meridians, the channels of energy that move through the body. We'll talk about the 5 elements, which is a 5-element Qigong. It's based off of 5-element theory. It's just one way to practice Qigong. There are tens of thousands of different movements and practices in Qigong because it's a very old thing. People have been working with their bodies, trying to understand how they move and our connection with nature since the beginning of humanity. You're gonna bring your arms out with the palms facing up, reach your fingertips out, and then bring your fingertips to your shoulders and then extend your arms again. So we're stretching those kind of lines of energy, chest all the way to your fingertips. And everything is energy. Notice your breath. Let your fingertips touch your shoulders, and then we're gonna sort of swim the backstroke, making circles with your elbows. Oh, let them be slow. Be gentle with yourself. Feel the stretch in your side body. Stretch into your armpits, maybe into your neck as well. And maybe one shoulder likes to move a lot easier than the other shoulder. Oh, let's make a forward swimming with our elbows. When we move, we encourage the production of synovial fluid in our joints. So motion is lotion. We're well aware, but just like be on the trail, sometimes it's hard to want to do things other than what we're kind of programming ourselves to do every day. But when we do, we create new connections in our brains, bodies. Come back to center. Let your arms come down and shake out your arms. I'm gonna pick some magical fruit. So reaching up and reaching to the side. I'll just envision that you're standing under this beautiful tree filled with magical fruit. It can be apples, plums, peaches, cherries. Let your body move however it feels good. Maybe you come up onto the ball of one foot and you reach, and even if you don't, even if you keep your heels rooted, you can feel this stretch from your fingertips all the way down your leg. Maybe there's some fruit a little closer to your chest. Grab it and draw it in. This delicious magical fruit. Maybe there's berries on some bushes that you'd like to grab as well. So just allowing yourself to move. You can go high, you can go low, here and there and everywhere. And you're breathing. And you're moving as slowly or as quickly as you like. The late summer in five element theory is the time of the earth elements. Earth represents transition. It represents a sense of comfort, of being satiated, satisfaction, the present moment. And in late summer, there's this abundance of food, and that's just this beautiful time to feel you can enjoy that harvest. And we have all this delicious fruit that we've picked, and we're going to put it in a basket. So we're going to swing our arms down and in front. So you're just letting your fruit fall into your basket. And as you move, you can let your knees find a soft bend. Your fingertips can kind of come up into the air. It can be as vigorous or as relaxed as you'd like it to be. Putting that fruit in the basket. Delicious, nutritious, magical fruit. Notice your breath. You find a sigh. You make a noise. And coming back to center, shake out your feet, shake out your arms, and root your feet into the earth. Let your shoulders come up to your ears and roll back, standing in a meditative stance, this Wu Qi posture. It's kind of an empty stance. The idea is that you're rooted in the earth, the bottoms of your feet, and the crown of your head extends towards the heaven. And as you breathe, just notice any sensation that you might have, especially in your arms and your hands. Maybe feeling a little more open. Take a big inhale and let it go. Bring our hands to our hips and make circles of the waist and the hips, kind of circling around. The earth element is associated with digestion of food, of thoughts and ideas, information. This movement is very beneficial for digestion. When we don't digest the information and the food that comes in, And then we feel a sense of unease. Sometimes we might not feel very grounded, not satisfied. And go the other direction. We're moving this area in the belly and the digestive system. It's called the celestial pivot. So you're encouraging this kind of balance between feeling rooted and solid, safe in the earth, and inspired and lifted towards the heavens, the middle of the body, which is also the digestive organs. I'm going to come back to center. We're going to take our hands to the belly button area. And then we're going to start to make circles. Make big circles on your belly. You're going to come down the left side and up the right side. So we're going in the direction of digestion with this very gentle digestive massage. You can also think of the earth element as the color yellow, golden yellow. Right now, I think of the kind of fields of flowers. You can see some Jerusalem artichokes, these like beautiful yellow flowers. Yellow, golden. You can also think of the solar plexus chakra. You are interested in the energy centers of the body, the chakra of the solar plexus being our ability to make decisions, making sound decisions that come from a place of security and support, being nourished. There's a healing sound associated with the earth element. It's the sound of satisfaction, the sound of So try out that sound. See how it feels going, You can do it as many times as you'd like. See if it can be a nice long It comes with your exhalation. And then let your hands rest again here over your belly button, that celestial pivot sort of area. And just rest here for a moment. Healing sounds, or the sounds that they kind of vibrate through us. We're sound making animals. We make lots of sounds, and that sound of kind of vibrates through the cells. It encourages that sense of satisfaction and digestion. You'll feel your belly relax under your hand. A deep inhale and sigh it out. Find some padding, some tapotement. Let's start by warming the hands, rubbing your hands. Feel free to move from side to side. Getting them nice and warm, nice charged hands. We're going to start by patting the dantian area. So kind of patting around your dantian. As you pat your body, as you find the tapotement, again, this is another way to just encourage the flow of energy. This is also, if you've ever heard of EFT, of emotional freedom technique, of tapping. Tapping includes different acupressure points on the body. And it's a way to relieve stress and anxiety. It helps with depression. It just encourages more balance in the body. It's a really nifty technique, but it has its basis in acupressure. And this is acupressure. This is, our Tapotement is also acupressure. And it's not that important to know where the specific meridians are. It's just about kind of putting pressure on the body and whatever areas it feels good. So as you're patting around, just seeing if it feels kind of nice, and maybe you decide to go off to the side a little bit or come to your other side. And your breath. And coming into your hip flexors, you could even bend your knees and bend your hip flexors a little bit. And then we'll pat down and up your legs. So coming to your hips and patting down, you can fold forward as far as feels comfortable. You might come all the way down towards your feet. You could pat or brush your feet and coming back up, maybe the inside of your leg. And we'll do that a few times. So patting down, I'm patting down my outside of my leg and up the inside. But just go where it feels good to you, being gentle with your knees. Maybe you fold forward a little bit more and let your head hang as you pat wherever it feels good. And we'll come back up to your dantian and giving it another nice pat. And we'll make these into loose fists. So now taking loose fists, relax your shoulders, and we're gonna relax the belly as well and come up towards the kind of the sternum. Back down. And we'll come back up towards the sternum, maybe coming all the way up to the heart, to under the collarbones, and back down. And coming all the way up and back down. Shake things out. And we're going to take a hand and we're going to pat one shoulder. And we'll come all the way down the arm. And turn the arm and pat back up. And we'll do that a few times. So, well, taking your time, giving yourself a pat on the back. A lot of the, like what I noticed when I look at different kind of people practicing yoga on social media, or what kind of activity is encouraged, oftentimes it's very intense. Like if it's not intense, it's not worthwhile. And that's just not true. In fact, practices like this help to relax our nervous system, which encourages a better functionality of our whole body, our mind. That's why I love it. You're gonna lift the arm and pat from your armpit down to your hip and back up. And patting all the way down and back up. And then we're going to come to the other side, starting with your shoulder. And patting down. Tapotement. And patting up. I've had people ask me before, is there anything that I could do with acupressure or tapotement that would hurt me? And no. Whatever feels good. Our cultural idea of no pain, no gain is unhelpful, and it causes that stress in the nervous system. So if you're doing a movement that is painful for you and it doesn't feel like it's a good stretch, doesn't feel anything other than just painful, then it might not be the right thing to do. To listen to our bodies. I'm gonna lift the arm and pat from the armpit down to the hip. Coming back up. I just had my hand on my head this time because that felt good. So since you have tens of thousands of Qigong movements and practices, you might as well adapt things to be what's right for you. And then you're creating new movements and that more individualized experience. I'll come back to center, shake things out, shake out your hands. We're going to pummel the kidneys, taking loose fists. You're going to start at your sacrum and then coming up your back as far as you go. We all have different lengths of arms. Our bodies are different shapes, different sizes. And so again, loving yourself unconditionally and allowing your hands to just go where they go. And breathing. Encouraging the flow of energy through your body. Qigong. Persistent effort. We'll come back and down, shake out your hands. We're going to tap the head. I'm tapping your head. And start with the top of your head, the crown of your head, maybe tapping down to your forehead. You can dance your fingers all around your scalp, over your ears, the back of your head. You can close your eyes. You can take your time. And as you're tapping, notice the sensation of your feet rooted in the earth. Notice your breath. Notice the fingertips, the sounds around you, being present. Releasing overthinking. And we'll come to the forehead, between the eyebrows. Over the eyebrows, to the temples, and kind of work around glasses. Now we're going to come to the jaw. Just relax your jaw and let your fingertips be very gentle. Kind of I'm playing here at this joint on your jaw. It's very strong muscles here. We're gonna go all the way down your jaw. Relax your tongue. Your chin. And we're gonna stroke down the neck. Stroking down the neck. And we'll tap under your collarbones. And do you need to remember this particular sequence of events? No. Maybe tomorrow you get up and you do a few arm swings. You tap a little bit on any area that feels good to you. And we're going to conclude this tapping practice by finding those loose fists and coming to the sternum, like you're a gorilla. And then tapping back down towards your dantian. Let your hands rest on your dantian. Let your shoulders relax. Feel your feet rooted into the earth. Take a big inhale. And let it go. Notice any tingling sensation. Notice how you feel. accepting yourself. We're going to find those slow movements we found at the beginning of our practice. Let your hands come down, shift your weight to one leg, lift your heel or maybe your whole foot, place it down to the other side. Nice and slow. You are able to kind of observe your movement. It encourages a greater sense of stability as you walk, as you make your way through changes, emotional, mental, physical changes, changes of the season, coming back to center. Bring your hands to face each other in front of your heart. Let your shoulders relax. Now let one hand press up while the other hand presses down, separating and coming back to center and separating heaven and earth. Seeing if you can find out of your own flow, your own softness. Our feet are rooted in the earth, the crown of the head extends towards the heavens, and we are the center point. The earth element, the time of late summer, and it's also a time between each season. Sort of this center point, the present moment, satisfaction, digestion of foodstuffs and ideas and information, sense of security through each transition. Our Qigong practice has included some shaking, some balancing, some tapotement, now moving as though through gentle resistance. We'll come back to center, palms face each other. And now let one hand be on the bottom, the other on the top. You move your feet and reroot them. Relax your shoulders, soften your fingers, and we're going to turn in the direction of the upper hand and then roll the ball. Moving back through center, the other side. This movement is sometimes called constant bear. You're like a big, satisfied bear, holding the earth between your paws. Relaxing your shoulders. Anytime we twist, we encourage digestion. Noticing how you feel, where your mind might tend to go. Observing that with love and gently redirecting yourself back to the present moment, to your breath. to your movement, to your rootedness. We're going to come back, center, and let your hands come down. Move your wrists and your ankles. And we're going to sort of flick your feet, flick your fingers. You'll see animals do that. They're relieving tension. They're releasing kind of that excess cortisol when they do that. And we can do that too. Reroot your feet. Bring your arms into a big bear, kind of big bear paws. We're going to be a big bear opening up and then rounding forward, elbows in towards your belly, chin towards your chest. Finding this movement. Notice how your breath feels as you move. The spine, nice spinal movements. Forward and back. And our spines are that central channel of our bodies also. It's important to find the movements of the spine each day. And that's that twist from side to side, like we found as we were a bear holding the earth between our paws. Now we're finding this forward and backward movement of the spine as we're a big bear here. Always feel free to sigh and make noises that feel good to you. And the next time you open up, extend your arms into the shape of a star, be big, and then give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around your body. You can sway a little. You can bring your chin to your chest. This is a great way to ease anxiety. Even if our anxiety isn't debilitating, we still have a tendency to be constantly asking ourselves if we're safe in our environment. That's how we've survived so long as a species. Open up your arms again and give yourself a hug with the other arm on top. Yeah. And so as you're working with your nervous system, you're encouraging the sense of safety. You're safe. You're satiated, content in the present moment. And open your arms up and then bring them down. And we're going to find a few shoulder rolls. Roll your shoulders. Really good. Find the lateral stretches of the spine as we hold the moon. So you're holding the moon between your hands. Relax your shoulders. And then lean in one direction. So yeah, lateral stretches, however they go. Back to center. The lateral stretch in the other direction. Oh, and it can feel so nice just to get that nice lateral stretch. You can feel it in your ribs and your pelvis, abdomen. Maybe one more time on each side, holding the moon between your hands. And we'll come back to center. Let your arms come down, and we'll find that shifting from side to side, lifting your heel, maybe your entire foot, and repositioning it on the earth, reconnecting with the earth. And our entire Qigong practice is always going to find that beginning and rooting into the earth and finding balance. So coming back to center, Bring your hands to your dantian. Let your feet sink into the earth. The crown of your head extends towards the heavens. Let your belly relax and soften. And as you breathe, envision your breath pouring down into your pelvic bowl. Your pelvic floor relaxes as you inhale. And then as you exhale, like you're pouring out a pitcher of water. And your belly button might draw towards your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, relax your belly, relax your pelvic floor, and allow water to be sort of poured into that pelvic bowl. This is a diaphragmatic breath. And it's nice and slow. And as you breathe, just noticing how your breath feels, letting it, allowing it to just be relaxed, to do whatever it feels good doing. As you inhale, your diaphragm presses down on your internal organ. And as you exhale, your belly button draws towards your spine. Deep breathing stimulates our parasympathetic response, our rest and relax response. It helps to balance that sympathetic response, that need to act, to do. Just letting your breath be relaxed and now releasing any desire to control anything about your breath, just noticing how it goes, what it does. And smile into your breath. We're going to gather chi. We're nice and rooted and relaxed. And taking one hand, reaching around, draw it in towards your dantian. And then the other arm comes out and draws in. You can envision that you're drawing this kind of golden yellow healing light into your body. It easily absorbs into your skin, into your organs, tissues, like the light of the sun, encouraging that sense of contentment, that sense of relaxation and safety, support through all of our transitions. You're always supported by the earth. Bringing your hands to rest on your dantian. Take a big inhale and let it go. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs, move your wrists and your ankles. Reroot your feet. Bring one hand to face up at your dantian. You're going to nourish the earth, so you're rooting through the bottoms of your feet. And your other arm is going to come up over the crown of your head and then draw down towards the dantian. And then that hand faces up, reaching, drawing down, nourishing the earth. You're a very good conduit because you're so grounded and feel secure and centered, which encourages that inspiration, encourages that sense of flow. with that solar plexus chakra, that ability to make choices, to kind of find your direction, to manifest all of the good ideas that you have, to bring them into practice. Next time, bringing your hands down, and then we're going to bring down the heavens. Turn your palms to face away from you, reaching up and drawing down with both hands. This is another very good grounding movement. And when we think about grounding, think about the earth element, safety and security, kind of relaxing our mind, relaxing our propensity to worry, relaxing, releasing any pensiveness, allowing ourselves to better digest foodstuffs and the information that comes our way. One more time, reaching up and drawing down. And give your hands a little shake, your feet a shake. And we're going to come into a meditation. And so, either lying down, if you have a place to lie down that is comfortable, that could be very nice. Or if you have a chair handy, that could be nice as well. I have a dusty chair handy. I'm going to add a little softness to my chair. And I didn't ask you to have that ahead of time. Like I said, you could lie down also. In fact, lying down might be very nice. Even lying down on a sofa or a reclining chair. But I'm going to have a seat here. And so taking a few moments to come into your space. So if you have a seat, now kind of putting your feet on the ground, you can move them around. If you're lying down, feeling your back body connecting with the earth, and maybe bringing your hands to your body if you're lying down, kind of rubbing your belly. If you're on a chair, it's nice to bring your hands to your upper leg and kind of rub the upper leg. Then get yourself as comfortable as you can be, making any adjustments. Maybe you have the back of your chair, you can scoot yourself back so you can feel you have the support in the back body. You can let your shoulders relax and let your eyes soften. Allow your jaw to relax, your face to soften. Your tongue finds its natural resting place in your mouth. Notice your breath. Feel supported. Allow your body to relax into the earth beneath you. Your breath flows with ease and peace, making its way into every nook and cranny of your lungs, allowing your heart to pump fresh oxygenated blood throughout your body. and allowing the release of excess tension, the release of your byproduct with each exhalation. Inhaling nourishment, exhaling your byproducts with ease and peace. Bring your awareness to your solar plexus, the area above your belly button, right below your sternum, where your pancreas resides. Envision a beautiful golden yellow healing light in your solar plexus. Warming and encouraging easy digestion of foodstuffs, of ideas. And that beautiful healing light softens your tissue, relaxes your organs, makes its way into your chest, into your belly, your pelvis. This beautiful golden yellow healing light, nourishing each cell, making its way from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, extending into your arms and your legs, into your fingers and your toes. This beautiful healing golden yellow light. Nourishing you. As you relax into the support of the earth, allow her to hold you. With each inhale, nourishment makes its way into every cell of your body, along with that healing, warm golden yellow light. Cleansing and clearing away any byproducts, any worry. And with each exhalation, your byproducts release to the earth, and she graciously accepts them. You are here. Bathed in this light, safe and secure, supported. Allowing yourself to be here, And when your mind wanders, gently draw it back to your breath. With each inhale, nourishment and that healing golden light extend throughout your body into each tissue, each cell. And smile into your being. And to make some gentle movements with your toes and your fingers. And if you're seated in the chair, let your hands rub your legs. And on the earth, gently rubbing your belly and your abdomen. As you deepen your breath and bring yourself back to the present moment. If you're on the ground, slowly rolling to one side and gently making your way back up to a seated position, taking your time. And in the chair, scooching forward to find a nice tall spine. Shifting a little from side to side and from front to back. And once you come to your tall spine, bring one hand to your heart and the other to that solar plexus area between your belly button and your sternum. And offer yourself kindness and compassion, peace and love. And allow those components to be part of your day and each interaction. Thank you so much, friends, for joining me in your practice this morning. It's just an honor to get to be with you. I'll hit my stop recording button